welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I think many of you have probably wondered about with online courses. How can we make that learning smarter, faster, more personal without, burying the people running the show? Yeah, our focus today is e-learning efficiency, unlocking automation's potential. We've got some really insightful consultants' notes here about transforming these digital learning spaces. We're going to dig in and pull out the key stuff for you.
Exactly. And our mission really is to show how automation is, well, it's more than just making things easier. It fundamentally changes how knowledge gets delivered and, importantly, how it's absorbed. We'll connect the dots, showing how these automated bits and pieces actually work together.
Okay, let's unpack this. Think about signing up for a new course. That initial bit, right?
Yeah.
The forms, maybe waiting for access. Imagine if it all just happened.
Like magic.
Yeah, exactly. This deep dive shows how automation smooths out that very first step. It starts with automated user provisioning.
Right. So basically, when a new student signs up, or maybe they get added to a company database, boom, their account is automatically created in the learning management system, the LMS.
Instantly.
Instantly. And what's really powerful here, it goes beyond just making the account. It often includes automatic enrollment into the right courses.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so think about it. You sign up, you're immediately in your first course, no waiting, no confusion. It just removes that first big hurdle for learners. Less friction means fewer people dropping off right at the start.
And it's not just getting them in, is it? The sources talk about onboarding emails and notifications.
Right, and this isn't your standard, welcome aboard email.
Oh.
Well, it is, but it's smarter. It gives you immediate access instructions, sends reminders for your first deadlines, tells you when new stuff unlocks. It keeps you looped in from minute one.
That proactive approach.
Exactly, and that leads to a good question the sources touch on. How do you make it even more tailored? Right from the beginning. That's where group assignment comes in. Learners can be automatically put into groups, maybe based on what they signed up for, or how they did on a pre-assessment, or their specific learning goals.
So no sorting spreadsheets for the admin.
None. It puts students together who might work well collaboratively or who need similar support automatically. It sets them up for better engagement within the course structure.
Okay, this next one sounds huge, especially if you remember waiting weeks for a paper certificate. Certification issuance.
Oh, yeah. This is a big one. The system automatically generates that certificate the moment you complete the course requirements.
And sends it.
And can email it directly to you, instantly. No waiting for printing, signing, mailing. It's immediate recognition, which feels great as a learner. Removes a classic bottleneck.
Okay, so automation gets you in the door smoothly, gets you certified quickly. But what about the actual learning part? How does automation make that better, more, tailored?
Right. This is where it gets really interesting for the learning experience itself. The sources talk a lot about adaptive learning paths.
Adaptive, meaning it changes.
Precisely. It's a personalized journey. It looks at things like maybe a pre-test you took, how you're doing on quizzes, even how you interact with the course materials, and the path adapts. If you know something, maybe you skip ahead. If you're struggling, it offers more support. You'd make sure the content stays relevant to your needs. Right now, much more efficient.
So it's not one size fits all anymore. And based on that path, I guess it can suggest things like automatic recommendations.
Exactly. The system sees where you are, what you need, and suggests specific modules to focus on, or maybe extra resources like articles or videos. If you're having trouble, it might point you to remedial content.
It's like a little AI tutor guiding you.
Kinda, yeah. And a really crucial point, especially for fields that change fast, is automated content updates.
Okay, what's that about?
Imagine the course uses, say, an external article or a regulatory document. If that source document gets updated, the system can automatically update the link or even the content within the course.
Wow, okay, so the material never gets stale.
Ideally, yes. It requires good integration, of course, between the LMS and content systems, cloud storage, that kind of thing. But it means learners are always getting the latest, most accurate information. Huge for compliance training, tech fields.
I could see that. The sources also mentioned drip content delivery. What's the automation angle there?
Right. Drip content is releasing modules over time, maybe one a week. The automation is simply the scheduling and unlocking of that content. So instead of getting everything at once, which can be overwhelming,
Yeah, definitely.
the system automatically drips it out at a set pace, helps manage learning, keeps people engaged over the long haul, prevents burnout,
Makes sense. So it helps with pacing.
and connecting back to recommendations. This means resource recommendations can be dynamic too. Based on how you're doing this week on this module, it can suggest extra stuff that's super relevant right then.
Okay, assessment and feedback. This is often a pain point, right? Waiting for grades, not knowing how you did. What's automation doing here?
A lot, actually. The sources get into AI-powered grading.
AI grading, like for essays.
Yes, potentially. For short answers, essays, even coding stuff, the AI uses predefined rubrics, the grading rules, to assign scores. The big advantage is consistency and objectivity.
Less bias, maybe.
That's the goal. And building right on that is automated feedback. The AI doesn't just give a grade, it can offer feedback using natural language processing, NLP, to understand your response and give pointers.
So you submit something and you get feedback right away.
Potentially, yes. Imagine getting immediate notes on where you did well, where you could improve. That's powerful.
Definitely. And what about simpler tests? Multiple choice, true, false.
Oh, that's standard automated grading. Been around longer, but it's still key. The system grades it instantly. But the real magic is the instant feedback piece.
Okay.
It doesn't just say correct or incorrect. It can show you the right answer, maybe explain why your answer was wrong, and even point you back to the specific part of the course material you need to review.
Right then and there.
Ah.
And you still remember the question.
Exactly. When the learning moment is most potent.
And there's also something called performance-based triggers. That sounds important.
It is. This directly helps struggling learners. If your score on a quiz drops below a certain point, say 70%, the system can automatically enroll you in a quick remedial module focused just on the stuff you missed.
Wow, okay. So intervention without waiting for a teacher to flag it.
Precisely. It provides immediate, targeted support to help learners catch up before they fall too far behind.
Okay, so content assessment. Sorted. But keeping people motivated and connected, especially online, can be tough. How does automation step in there?
Good question. The sources point to things like scheduled announcements. The platform can automatically send out course announcements, maybe reminders about a live Q&A session, or even just short motivational messages. Scheduled in advance and at just the right time.
Keeps the course feeling active.
Right. And related to that are progress reminders. If someone hasn't logged in for, say, a week or they're falling behind,
They get a nudge.
they get an automated nudge, just a gentle reminder to check back in. It helps without an instructor having to constantly track every single person manually.
That makes sense. What about discussion forums? Can automation help there?
To some extent. The sources mention basic forum moderation.
Yeah.
It's not like AI is having conversations, but it can be set up to flag certain keywords, maybe inappropriate language or common questions.
And alert a human?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It alerts a moderator that there's new activity or something potentially needs attention. It helps manage the volume in busy forums.
Okay. And what about getting quick answers? That can be frustrating online.
Ah, yes. Chatbot support. This is becoming more common. AI-powered chatbots trained on course FAQs.
So you can ask basic questions anytime.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Where do I find X? What's the deadline for Y? The chatbot can provide instant answers 24/7, freeing up instructors for the more complex questions.
Okay, so with all this automation humming along, there must be a ton of data being generated, right? How do we make sense of it all?
That's where the reporting and analytics automation comes in. The sources highlight automated report generation.
So no more manually compiling spreadsheets.
Hopefully not. Reports on, student progress, completion rates, quiz scores, how engaged people are. These can be automatically generated and even scheduled. Daily, weekly, whatever you need.
Consistent insights.
Consistent, objective insights. And to make it even easier to see what's happening, there are performance dashboards.
Like a car dashboard, but for learning.
Kind of, yeah. Interactive displays that update automatically, showing key metrics in real time. Instructors, admins, they can see at a glance how things are going. It's like the command center for the e-learning platform.
That sounds incredibly useful.
Yeah.
And can this data help catch problems early?
Yes, that's a critical application. The sources call it alerts for at-risk learners.
How does that work?
The system analyzes patterns in the data. Maybe someone's scores are dropping, or they haven't logged in, or they're not completing assignments. If the data suggests a learner might be struggling or close to dropping out,
It flags them.
it automatically sends an alert to an instructor or a support person. This allows for proactive outreach, offering help before the student gives up. It's about intervention.
Okay, so we've seen automation inside the e-learning platform doing all this cool stuff, but often these platforms don't exist in isolation, right? They need to talk to other systems an organization uses. How does that happen?
Great point. That's where integration platforms come in. The source mentions tools like make.com. These are sometimes called IPS, Integration Platform as a Service. Think of them as like universal translators or bridges.
Bridges between different software.
Exactly. They let different apps talk to each other smoothly, even if they weren't originally designed to. Make.com, for example, can connect to common LMSs like Moodle, Canvas, LearnDash, and even custom-built platforms if they have APIs.
APIs, those are the application programming interfaces, kind of like the rules for how software talks.
Precisely. If a platform has an API, tools like Make can usually connect to it. And the examples the source gives show how powerful this is.
Yeah, let's hear some. Like LMS plus CRM. What's CRM again?
Customer relationship management, like Salesforce or HubSpot, where you manage sales leads.
Right.
So imagine a lead becomes a customer in your CRM. The integration can automatically create their account in the LMS and enroll them in, say, an introductory course.
Wow, no manual steps.
Zero. It connects sales directly to learning enrollment. Super efficient.
Okay, what else? LMS plus email marketing.
Yeah, so when someone finishes a course in the LMS, boom, they're automatically added to a specific email list, maybe for graduates of that course. You can then easily send them follow-up info, related course offers, stuff like that.
Keeps the connection going.
Sure.
What about LMS plus Google Sheets or databases?
That's for custom tracking. Maybe you want to log specific progress points or detailed quiz results or completion dates into your own spreadsheet or database for deeper analysis. The integration pipes that data over automatically.
So you can build your own custom reports outside the LMS.
Exactly. Or feed it into other business intelligence tools. Then there's LMS plus communication tools.
Like Slack or Teams.
Yeah. Maybe you want a notification in a specific Slack channel whenever someone completes a really important certification module. The integration can post that automatically.
Keeps the team informed. And lastly, LMS plus payment gateways. This sounds crucial for selling courses.
Absolutely. Someone pays for a course through Stripe or PayPal or whatever. The integration confirms the payment and automatically grants them access to the course in the LMS.
Instant access upon payment. No waiting.
Exactly. Removes that delay and potential frustration. Huge for customer satisfaction.
Okay, this is a lot. We've gone from enrollment to feedback to reporting to connecting everything. So let's zoom out. What's the big picture takeaway here?
Yeah.
What does all this automation mean for you listening, whether you're learning, teaching, or managing these platforms?
Well, the source material really crystallizes the impact into several key benefits. First, it obviously helps save time. Less manual admin work, plain and simple.
Yep.
Second, it improves efficiency. Workflows just run smoother, faster, with fewer errors. Third, it definitely enhances the learner experience. Timely help, content that fits you, instant feedback, it just feels better.
Makes learning less frustrating, more engaging.
Which leads to the fourth point, increase engagement. Those reminders, the tailored paths, the quick feedback, it helps keep learners motivated and on track. Fifth, you gain insights. All that automated data and reporting helps you understand what's working and what's not.
Data-driven improvements.
Exactly. And finally, it allows platforms to scale operations. You can handle more learners, more courses, without needing a proportional army of administrators. It makes growth sustainable.
Wow. So it really touches every part of the e-learning ecosystem. It's not just one thing. It's transforming the whole process from that first click to the final certificate and beyond.
It really is. And if you connect all these dots, it's clear that using these automation tools isn't just a nice to have. It significantly boosts efficiency, cuts costs, saves time. But maybe more importantly, it creates a much more personalized, responsive, and ultimately effective learning journey for the students. Better outcomes, really.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to chew on. As e-learning keeps exploding and this automation gets even smarter, even more sophisticated, how might that really start to challenge our old ideas about what teaching and learning even look like? It makes that line between the human touch and the AI assisted education, well, it makes it pretty fascinatingly blurred, doesn't it?